Hi everyone, and welcome to Property Genie, to the Talk to the Expert interviews. Today we have with us David Wetburn, best-selling author and current Auckland Property Investors Association president. Welcome to the interview, David.
Thanks, Siddharth.
Today we want to hear from you about the Auckland Unitary plan and what is the future for investors and home buyers in the Auckland region.
The Auckland Unitary plan is the crown jewel in the amalgamation of all the old councils within Auckland in terms of Rodney District Council, North Shore City Council, Waitakere City Council, Auckland City Council, Manukau City Council, Papakura District Council and Franklin District Council. They're all gone now. We have one council, the Auckland Council. The Unitary plan proposes to have one set of planning laws to rule them all. It means getting rid of all sorts of planning documents and systems and having one coherent document to plan for Auckland's growth. It's quite exciting, and for the residential zones, we've got 3 zones that we need to look at, and the Unitary plan has proposed a single housing zone, a mixed housing zone where you can go up to 3 stories in height, and also a terraced housing and apartment zone where you can go in some areas 4 stories only, but in other areas up to 18 stories in height, such as areas like Albany and Manukau City, so because they're town centres. So the Unitary plan does propose to provide for a lot more intensification within the Auckland metropolitan limit, or rural and urban boundary, RUB, over the next 30 years. Because Auckland's population, Auckland Council believes, is sitting around 1.52 million people now, and it's projected to grow to 2.5 million people by 2040. Obviously, we've got to house Aucklanders. So, having served on the Auckland Council strategic planning committees and being involved in various consultation with them with my RPA president cap on, I do now understand about the sheer costs of the infrastructure if we continually expand the metropolitan urban limit, or the RUB, sorry. What that means is that we have to put in streets and street lights, motorways, sewer connections, stormwater connections, wastewater treatment plants, pumping stations, freshwater connections, mains cabling, telecommunications. It is hideously expensive, the cost of the infrastructure. So as a result, the council's saying, why don't we build up instead of out? The public transport infrastructure is there, it's already ready. All we have to do is spend far less money on expanding existing infrastructure than giving people an hour and a half headaches on their way into work in the morning and an hour and a half back out. So it's basically going to be proposing building nearly 70% of Auckland going upwards, taking advantage of these mixed housing zones and terraced housing and apartment zone. There will be some greenfield development, probably around 30% as well, so don't have to worry too much about that, but it's going to propose some massive changes. We've just gone through a massive consultation period where in excess of 20,000 submissions were received by Auckland Council. They're going through these at the moment. These will be discussed at the various local boards, and then Council will be trying to get this notified and having some legislation changed by central government. So that's something that is exciting, and it's something that you should be aware of, particularly if you have you need to know what property zone you're going to be buying in, and you need to know what you can do with that, because it could be quite exciting in the future. There is of course some friction between the central government and the local government on this. The central government wants time for appeals and due process to be held, so people can make appeals to the Environmental Court if they're unhappy. So they're saying it should be at least 2, maybe even 3 years away, whereas Auckland Council is saying, we want this now, we want this notified in September, so developers and investors can take action and build more intensive developments, blocks of flats, terraced housing projects, apartment towers, much sooner. So it's a bit of a watch this space. Government do call the shots. We'll see what happens. But that's the Unitary plan. Have a look at more details of the blogs on site here, and also at www.shapeauckland.co.nz.
Thank you, David, for your explanation about the Unitary plan. We really appreciate it. It's a wealth of knowledge from you. Thank you, and please feel free to subscribe to our playlist so you can keep up to date with David videos and the various other videos which we have to keep enriching your property investment knowledge and updates. Thank you very much.